were growing up ba, nasa politika na yung father mo, di ba?
Yes.
Were you awed by him?
Yes. Yung let's go na lang aspect niya. He had this gait in walking that was, the pace, no, rather, was really rather fast. Even after he had this bypass, everybody would be sort of trotting or jogging just to keep up with him. Pag yung going to mass, no, and you weren't ready, magbihis ka sa kotse, the minute he says, let's go, you better be ready to go.
Ganon siya.
I was told that in Tarlac at one point in time, they were going to go around. He stepped into, I guess it was a jeep. He says, let's go. The driver immediately started the car and left, no? But my dad had forgotten something, so he had alighted from the vehicle. And siguro they were at the next bar before the driver noticed that my dad wasn't with them. And they had to go back. Kasi parang siya automatic na pag let's go, gano'n na.
Malaki ng pangalan sa politika ang ama ni Noynoy nang ipinanganak siya noong 1960. Si dating Senador Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr. ang pinakabatang Vice Governor sa bansa noon. Bago nito, siya ang pinakabatang war correspondent, mayor at naging advisor din ni Pangulong Ramon Magsaysay.
Yung very first impression, everybody want to talk to him. Parang, uy, dami may gusto sa tatay ko.
Kahit busy, hindi raw nawalan ng oras ang kanyang ama't ina para sa pamilya.
I think I was a year and a half old and they thought I was gonna die, no, because I had intestinal flu. I couldn't retain anything, no. And then I was so small that my mom was holding on to the needle for the dextrose, no, the whole time. She was beside the bed. One of my dad's best friends had already advised him that that particular night would have been my last. Then somehow, no, somebody chanced upon the idea of feeding me bananas, and that was something I could retain, and that enabled me to survive. So, again, yung dedication ng parents.
Matingkad sa alaala ni Noynoy ang birthday parties nila noong araw. Bakasyon ng pamilya sa Baguio, pati ang away-bati niya at ng kanyang mga kapatid na babae.
Kasi four girls, no, one boy. The two were tended to pick on us, Bonsa and Pinky. Si Pinky kasi really, really delights in teasing. Or less, 11 or 12. No? Parang I had a crush on this neighbor. So, Noynoy loves so and so, and screaming at the top of her lungs. Medyo next door neighbors na best friends ko pa sila at that point in time. Parang mga 1 week, 2 weeks, di ako makapakita doon, dalahiya ako.
He's really surrounded by the 4, which is 2 before and 2 after. Magkasunod kami. Dad was really strict with him. Never hit the girls. Kung hindi, ikaw ang lagot sa akin. So pag medyo yung away-away, siguro grade school kami noon, kunyari, nakaganyan na yung hand niya, lagot ka sa dad, lagot ka sa dad. Yung talagang, I really used that to the hilt.
May isa pang maaga raw na ituro si Ninoy sa kaisa-isang anak na lalaki.
Kid candy, favorite. Talagang hoarding, talagang savoring each and every morsel of it. Saw me, then got the bag and started and told me, liga dito. My dad, no? Sama kami. And everybody that he'd give the candy to, talagang, even if they wanted or didn't want, kumuha nito. Then winds up giving me the bag, the empty bag. Alam mo, hindi maganda swapang eh.
Tahimik at mahiyain, walang bahid daw ng kapilyuhan si Noynoy.
I don't remember him as being a naughty boy. No, maybe I was even naughtier.
People like to say that Chris is Ninoy's daughter because she's really the female Ninoy. Although I remember Dad saying before, dapat itong si Pinky naging lalaki eh. Kasi sa amin siya yung talagang, pag meron akong ginawa, kailangan natapos kahapon.
Para kay Noynoy, masarap na mahirap daw maging uniko iho.
Wala akong hand-me-down toys. Lahat ng toys sa akin, originally mine. No? Yung clothes were the same thing. No? All the expectations as far as the male members of the family, sa akin din yun. No? So pag merong nagawa, kulang, kanyari sa studies ko were bad during the high school years. No? Talagang magnified. My dad would write me na, I had dreams of you being a leader, students, ganyan. But you can't even pass your algebra or something like that.
Was he an A student? How would you classify him as a student?
I think nung grade school, in his school, they will say the top 10. So he would fall into that the top 10 in the class and the ganyan. And I remember when he graduated in high school, I think Mom won't ever forget, super lakas yung applause niya.
Parating mas malakas ang palakpak sa kanya pag umakyat siya sa stage eh. Although hindi naman siya valedictorian, martial law babies kami at na-identify ng mga tao, ng mga parents namin, na-identify na si Noy, he would like to hear this. You know? Favorite son of Tita Cory and si daddy niya, si Ninoy, parating ganun, palakpak, kahit na hindi nila nakikita si Ninoy saka si Tita Cory.
Claimed martial law.
Isang malaking leksyon daw ang martial law kay Noynoy kahit sa mga kasamahan nito.
Minsan may party kami, uuwi yan ng mas maaga sa amin kasi hindi siya pwede ma-curfew. Pag na-curfew yun, hindi na makakalabas yun. So kami naman, party syempre masaya, no? Pero the moment he leaves, that's reality for us. We're under martial law.
13 years old si Noynoy nang biglang ipasa sa kanya ng nakakulong na ama ang mabigat na responsibilidad sa pamilya.
He said, yung pasensya ka ng bata mo pa, pero wala na ako yung mapapubilinan, bahala ka na sa nanay mo at sa mga kapatid mo, which he wrote more formally in a letter about 2 years later.
He really took it to heart. Really, literally. Maski may mga asawa na kami, hindi ko kayo pwedeng pabayaan.
Mr. President, I want to tell you that if you're doing good and the people say you're okay, mananahimik na ako. Pero kung sabi ng tayo masama ang ginagawa mo, talaga namang masama, mag-aaway din tayo at babalik mo rin ako sa Bonifacio.
Sa lahat ng pinagdaanan ng kanyang ama at pamilya, galit ang naitanim sa puso ni Noynoy dahil sa kawalan ng hustisya.
The anger build up, yes. I refused to cry when my dad died. No? Si Senator Maceda was with us in the house in Boston. He was really venting his emotions. Sabi niya, huwag pigilin niyo sa'yo. Labas mo na. Ba't ko ilalabas? Ano ang silbi nun?
Matagal daw pinag-usapan ng pamilya Aquino sa Amerika ang pagbabalik ni Ninoy sa Pilipinas. Sa orihinal na plano, kasama ni Ninoy uuwi sina Noynoy at Chris. Susunod si Cory at ang 3 pang anak pagkatapos ng 2 linggo. Kung Marshal Bonifacio ang pangalan ni Ninoy sa passport, Benigno Aquino naman si Noynoy.
Then my mom said, alam mo, kaysa 3 pa kayo inaalala ko, pwede bang sabay-sabay na lang kami umuwi?
We received a telegram from one official from our government which said that we are convinced beyond reasonable doubts of the existence of assassination plots against you. The guy who wrote it was a lawyer.
Maraming tanong si Noynoy tungkol sa desisyon ng kanyang ama na bumalik ng Pilipinas.
I asked him, yung beforehand, bakit ka pupuntang ganito ruta? Aasa ka sa kabaitan loob na isang taong never naging mabait sa atin. Bakit hindi mo tanggapin yung mga alok? Dumaan sa Mindanao, nandun yung mga kakampi natin. Meron pa mga ibang tutulong sa isa-ibang lugar. At pag meron na tayong puwersa, makibargain sila para from a position of strength, di ba? And his answer was, ano mapapala natin kung ganun? Bilang bansa, sabi niya, sinong panalo? Ang tanong lang doon kung gaano katagal ka magsasuffer. No? Yung mga namatay ka, tapos na sila. Yung mananalo dyan, tigang sunog na lupa. Anong punto nun? Naglingkod ba tayo sa tao nun?
Sa nakaugaliang pagpapalitan ng paliwanag, nagbago raw ang pagtitinginan ng mag-amang Ninoy at Noynoy.
Sa tingin ng tatay ko, parang hindi ako kompleto doon sa style niya. No? Yung parang siya, master of so many things or parang jack of all trades type of thing. Ako, Dad, para I tend to concentrate on several aspects na feeling ko doable to and in the now. At a certain point, nagkaroon na kami ng siguro confidence in each other. Lalo ng, well, even with my dad, no? When the day he left Boston to go back here, wala namang habang, ito yung listahan, ha? May checklist, ito gagawin mo, ito responsibility mo, etc.
Si Noynoy daw ang naghatid kay Ninoy sa airport nang umalis ng Boston. Natatandaan pa niya ang huling pagsasama nila.
All he did was, look at me, parang hinaded his head. Actually, parang tumingala, no? Na, parang bang, alam mo na lahat. Then I nodded in the affirmative. Yung dugo kasi was spurting, like sa garden hose. Tapos nung I was assessing what I could still do, so akala ko yung irang tinamaan, nakita ko buo. Doon ko napansin na meron palang nagsaspout dito.